Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities Tarot. My name is Rochelle, and I am doing a reading for Earth signs today. What are they? First, Virgo, Capricorn in all placements. It is timeless in general, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Getting some prosperity dust on the table. Bringing in the prosperity for us all in this new year. I'm gonna get some, I'm gonna get a couple of angel cards. Honesty. This angel's looking in the mirror. About being honest with yourself. It can be a little tricky sometimes. Freedom. Freedom to bear it all. Go skinny dipping. I love that. Little angel booty. Yeah, there's freedom in being honest, in being willing to really, really look at yourself. Really see who you are, what you stand for, what you value, what you believe. and and the other parts too, like do you have ulterior motives for things that you do? Who are you? Why do you do what you do? There's a lot of freedom that comes out of this. And a lot of joy. It's that piece that allows you to be able to be vulnerable, because when you really know yourself, when you really not just know yourself, but like I feel like that's a piece of it. You get honest, you really figure out who you are, and then you are able to be more authentic, because it's like, well, this is who I am. You're able to accept yourself more, and then just showing the world the real you. um yeah, I like that. It's a good message. Lioness Kitty Cat is here. Good morning. Good morning, beautiful. So glad you made it. Let me go to the wisdom of the oracle. Go the distance, 47. Poised in reverse, 48. Serendipity, number 18. You've been on a journey. Maybe you're even starting a journey. But I get the feeling that there's something you've been doing that's been going on a while, and you haven't reached your goal yet. You haven't gotten to that finish line. There's still more to be worked out. There's still more to be learned. More like it's tied to this honesty, right? Um, but as you do this work, and that mirror work, that shadow, it's tied to shadow work, right? Is shadow work. It's it's what helps to bring everything into view. It's what helps to get you to the point where you are ready, where you are in alignment, and everything just kind of lifts you up as you go. There's something here that's happening that is it's coming, and it's going to be amazing with this serendipity. You're going to feel very fortunate. Maybe it's going to, it's could be a lot of prosperity coming your way. The serendipity, it's just things align in a very magical way with this. And so to remember that even though you haven't gotten where you need to go yet, you're not ready to move on to something new yet. It's because there's a little bit more legwork. Is that what you say? There's a little more work to be done on yourself, and that is, it's kind of like the final piece, right? Let me get some cards from Heart's Hidden Secrets. Something really good is coming. Something about opening your heart. That's part of this honesty too. Time, waiting, cycles, and moments. Yeah. Yep. It's exactly what's happening. You're waiting. You're like, "Oh, are we there yet? Are we there yet?" Pain, apprehensive, afraid, and cautious. Distracted, sidetracked, change, and delays. Isn't that interesting too? She's going into the ocean. And this angel here isn't in the ocean, but is at the beach, is at the ocean. Think you're okay. So this is why things haven't you haven't gotten liftoff yet, because there's still some pain to process around, who knows, it could be any number of things. And there is you potentially might find yourself easily distracted by things, because it's a lot easier to ignore the pain, to ignore the shadow work, and all the things, because it's not fun. It doesn't feel good. You don't want to dredge up the pain. You don't want to, feel it again, or, find yourself going round and round. Like, I don't know. It's like it I feel like you are in the midst of a mindset change. Because I talked about looking at your values, looking at your beliefs, what's in alignment, what isn't anymore. And this pain, it's something that's lingering in the background and is waiting for you to acknowledge, take it off the shelf and really examine it, and spend the time doing that, even if it's just a little bit of time every day or something, because there's change on the horizon. It's there for your taking, but it does require having to do the work. So fun. All right, well, let me go with the Osho Zen Tarot. Maybe you found yourself sidetracked and you're like, wait, I had this goal originally, but now I'm off over here doing this other thing. Do I still want this goal? Do I still want to you know, remain on the same track? Yeah. We've got the outsider, 5 of Rainbows. Mind, Knight of Clouds. Excellent. Transformation, which is the death card, Scorpio energy. Yeah. Yeah, see this, it feels like this pain comes from being left out, shut out somehow from someone else, from situation, feeling like the universe isn't working with you, other people aren't. There's all this confusion. There's all this is attached to the pain. This is a part of the pain. The pain has put you in this really kind of a funky mindset. And if you notice, the body down there is like all wooden. There's like a paralysis kind of thing. It's stiff. You can't move. It's unbendable. And there's things don't make sense because there's something about the child, the wounded child, that is um that wants to be let in, that wants to go where it wants to go. There's this yearning, this longing, and it's attached to this pain. But it's like because of the mind just kind of, being in this chaotic place and all over the place. It's like, oh God, I don't even know what to think. Trying to think is difficult and confusing, and I'd rather just distract myself. But I keep noticing the word change. And that's where transformation comes in, because you are like the phoenix. We see a phoenix there. Everything needs to be burned down. Look, there's like those fire chimney smokestack thingies. I feel like there's a fire that's going on in your mind. All of this needs to be burned down so that you can build yourself up again. Um, and there's something about, because this hand here is touching the mouth of this face. I feel like you are what's transformed out, what's important to you, that you want to put out in the world. That's a part of this freedom too. Feeling like you can actually, eh, that you can say what you want to say, speak your truth. Somehow speaking your truth got you in trouble before. And yeah, it's like shedding an old skin, breaking the chains that bind. There's a lot of there's a lot that's happening under the surface, I feel. Or is going to be. If you're still kind of just like, in that mode of distraction, um, I feel like you're going to get to a point where you're like, all right, I'm tired of the pain. Let's just do something about it. So, yeah, actually, I'm going to go with the guides of the hidden realms. Let's see more about what's going on here with this pain, this transformation. Listening to the ancestors, inherited patterns, traditions, integrated wisdom versus knowledge. 13. And isn't that interesting, because death is 13 as well? Or transformation. Transformation is 13. Um, yeah, inherited patterns. That's a part of what is going on here. You're working through what what you've learned from your family, and that's a part of the transformation. Is you're needing to, maybe you're already looking at, is this who I am? Does this fit who I am? These things that I've learned, these beliefs, these values that I have carried with me for however long, and you're putting the puzzle pieces together. You're gaining this wisdom, the integrated wisdom versus knowledge. You have all this knowledge and now you're like, okay. And that integrated piece, it's like you're going to be or already are or have been working on integrating the pain that has come from not being able to be authentic. Enough for now and always. You are enough. Worthiness, faith in needs being met. 30. And see that worthiness, that's part of the pain. Feeling unworthy. That child inside feeling left out, locked out. And that's a big part of where the feeling of unworthiness comes from. Well, it must be something to do with me. There must be something wrong with me. And then we take that with us into our life, into every other situation, and feeling like, well, I was locked out before. Now I'll probably be locked out again. We make assumptions. It's part of the pain. And here you are realizing that you are enough, that you just being yourself, that's this freedom here, right? Being true to who you are, and that comes from this honesty, is what makes you realize there's nothing wrong with you. There's never been anything wrong with you. You're absolutely worthy, and your needs can be met. So that's what this is all about, is you learning to understand that you're the miss your let's see, how do I say it? Your mindset is that missing piece to you getting liftoff, to getting all the things that you want. I feel like you're very close here. Yeah. Kitty confirmation. She agrees. You're very close. And I just noticed 9, 10, doing my math. So 48 breaks down to a 12, which breaks down to a 3. 30 breaks down to a 3 as well. Yeah, so this poised, the reason you're not ready is because you haven't gotten to the finish line yet, is because you are working with that part of yourself, learning, really coming into the wisdom, not just having the knowledge. The knowledge is what happens in your brain. The wisdom is when it integrates into your heart and your gut. And you're coming to this understanding. Oh yeah, I am enough. And when you get to that point where it finally kind of clicks, then you're like, oh, now I'm ready. I think it might be a little subtle moment. It might be a pretty big aha moment. I mean, this transformation, this is big energy. And we have a fish here. There is financial abundance coming to you with this understanding of your worthiness to have all the good things. Not just the money, but the companionship, the friendship, the love, the health, the spiritual connection, all the things, that inner peace. The consequence of fear, contraction, the frequency of fear, self-fulfilling prophecy. 20. 47 breaks down to an 11, which breaks down to a 2. So in order for you to reach your goal, you have to meet that fear head on. Come face to face with the fear. That fear is a part of this pain. And we also have 432. There's something about breaking things down into their smaller pieces to get to the core of the issue. Your your worthiness, your feeling of being enough is directly tied to your what you've picked up on from your family and the fear that you've experienced, both that's been inherited, being told, don't be yourself because this could happen, this bad thing can happen to you, to actually living that out, having painful things happen, and legitimately feeling like, well, it happened before. What's to stop it from happening again? But that's a part of the contraction, and that's a part of what keeps you from experiencing all the good. And I think this is see, yeah, kitty confirmation again. I feel like this is such a big pervasive thing that a lot of people deal with. A lot of people deal with. Probably most people in the world. Um and it's a I think I think the more people that do the shadow work, that come to terms with their fear. And again, there's that acronym. One of the acronyms for fear is false evidence appearing real, is learning to learn getting like gaining the wisdom around the fact that fear is a necessary part of life, but it's also not something that's meant to stop you. It's a tool. It's something for you to use for discernment purposes. Where's Mojo Tarot? Good morning. Um, Let me get some cards from the Radical Abundance deck. Forgiveness. Aw, yeah. I feel like the huge piece of this is forgiving yourself, which is one of the most difficult things to do, honestly. Fun. Yes. And connection. Wow, Kitty is so there's a lot of Kitty confirmation here. There's a lot of big energy. Like yeah, she's very I'm not gonna think of the word. she's she's got a lot of energy. Anyway, yeah. And she really wants to get outside. Not today, love. um yeah, see, I feel like okay, so one of the things that comes to me is both of these guys have these long beards, these long white beards. And it speaks to me of with oftentimes, this isn't always true. It's often not true, actually, but many times, sometimes, um, as we age, we gain more wisdom through our experiences. We take our knowledge and we integrate it, right? It's that knowledge, integrated wisdom versus knowledge. And as you get older, you tend to understand things in a new way. You tend to show up in a new way. And so this forgiveness and this fun are really about this integrated wisdom. And it's like learning to forgive others, forgive yourself, And I always say this, but forgiveness is not about condoning any kind of bad behavior. It is simply releasing yourself from the past so that you can move forward in this very like be lighter. It's like releasing the baggage basically. And this forgiveness is about understanding that we are all human, we all make mistakes, and we are all doing the very best we can with what we have and what we know in any given moment. And from that place, I mean, that's where we can have compassion for others. We can have compassion for ourselves. It's hindsight that teaches us, what worked and what didn't, what we maybe could have done better. And sometimes we make choices in the moment that we know consciously are not the best choices. But even in that, we're still doing the best we can with what we have and what we know. And it's if we would do better, if we could do better, we would do better. And so that's what this forgiveness is all about. And then once you get into that energy, I just realized this guy is holding a skateboard. He looks like he's about to fall. No, but he's on his hand. He's doing the whole skateboard in the air thing. Like doing something that's playful. I don't recommend skateboarding if you're not already really good at it. I've had my own experiences that I'm like, no, I don't need to get on a skateboard again. um, but doing things that make you feel joyful, that you feel like, that bring you back to childhood, the things that made you feel happy when you were a kid. And then we have this connection, and this is all about connecting with your community, your group, your tribe. There's this there's this whole new through you, okay, from you working through the pain, the fear, coming to this place for it releases you from this contracted energy, and it opens you to a whole new way of living. It's very peaceful. It's very cooperative. It's you whether you already feel connected to a group, or this puts you on a path to finding your tribe. It's all linked to this forgiveness and fun. Just want to see what's in this picture real quick. Yeah, see, we have more. We have the same Nomi guys. Most of these cards don't have gnomes, but you can see like there's gnomes living nestled in the forest. I don't know. Maybe you really like gnomes. Okay. I want to get some cards from the Guides of the Hidden Realms. No, no, sorry, that's wrong. What's it called? Gateway of Light Activation. They both start with G. Gets my brain confused. My morning brain. We've got higher heart activation, dropping shields, divine love. Your heart is healed. Oh my gosh. Your heart is healed. It's not healing. This is on the other side of healing. Your heart opening up. I talked about that with the heart. Something about your heart opening. It's a part of this freedom. Temple of Truth, throat chakra, authenticity, self-expression. Yep, see? I love it. Yes, I was talking about that, expressing yourself in a whole new way. Yeah, that's with this transformation. See that hand touching the mouth. Authenticity. Authenticity, which is not only like around being honest, but that is what this freedom is all about. Serious star blessings. Yes. Proceed. Be seen. Push through. Be seen. Oh man. You need to let it all hang out and let yourself be seen. If you want to do that, literally be my guest, but do it appropriately in the appropriate places. But yeah, you're getting a huge yes from the universe. That's linked to the serendipity. And it's a part of this fun. It's part of the connection because it's you coming to that understanding you are enough. You've always been enough. Ah, I love this. I want to get some cards from the wisdom of the House of Night, which is a story. The House of Night, story about vampires. I'll have to read that at some point. Deceit. Neferet. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's French. Neferet. So deceit, it breaks down to an 11. So does go the distance. Both break down to a 2. The consequence of fear. So this deceit speaks to me of how you deceive, ultimately how you deceive yourself, which is tied to this distracted card, right? Because it's challenging. It's challenging to look in the mirror and to be honest with yourself. And so something about the journey that you're on is learning how and why you deceive yourself the way you do. It comes down to fear and pain, and it comes down to self-protection. Belonging, House of Night, 41. Ah, see? Yeah. With this connection, this belonging, I saw something, I don't know. I think it was a reel maybe on Instagram, or it was a short on YouTube or something, but it was this thing about fitting in versus belonging. When you are trying to fit in, you're trying to change yourself to fit the group. Belonging is all about being accepted for exactly who you are. And so it's changing that mindset. You don't want to try and fit in anywhere. You want to show up exactly as yourself, exactly as who you are, letting it all hang out, and have the people you show up that way to say, yes, that is who we love. Bring it. Bring more of that. We don't want you to be any way but who you are. Thinking of the song Don't Change by In Excess. Don't change for you. Don't change the world for me. Yeah. Hope, 27. There is hope. With this, if you're still in this place of feeling like you don't belong anywhere, you don't have your community, your connection, your tribe, it's on the horizon, like I said. There is hope for a brighter future, for this belonging. Yeah. It's not always easy to hear, but it comes down to you. and what you choose to spend your time doing. And if you need to change your mindset, that's what needs to happen. So, anything else? Oh, you know what? Yeah, I want to get some cards. I haven't picked cards from this for a minute. Where is the book? I redid everything and don't know where my books are now. Maybe I can't. I've lost my book. I can't really do these cards without the book. Well, dang it. I was trying to get all organized and I messed myself up. Well, we'll have to do that another time. I'll spend some time looking for it. Put those on hold. It was my mystical shaman oracle. Well, then, where are we at? Let me get some spirit animal oracle cards. And then I'll close out with a rune card. Todd Crawley made it. Hello, hello. Cow spirit, the miracles are endless. Yes, yes, indeed they are. Number 15. The miracles. Yep, they're coming. They're there for the taking. Bat spirit, a rebirth is assured. Excellent. Ah, and I love bats so much. They're just the cutest little things. People are so freaked out by them. I mean, the amount of bats in the world that can actually hurt you is very small compared to how many actual bats there are that won't hurt you. Anyway, whatever. Snake spirit, time to heal. 55. I'm drawn to the fact that there are fives in every single one of these numbers. 5 is the number of change, right? Change is here in this distracted energy or distracted card. And 55 breaks down to a 10, which breaks down to a 1, which is a new beginning. And then we have 1 and 5 here as well, which is actually 6, but still, you get my point. A rebirth is assured once you have done the healing. Time to heal, but then we have this card here, your heart is healed. So for some, there's still some work to be done. I mean, there's always work to be done, if we're honest with ourselves. But in this particular way, overcoming some kind of pain and fear here is what will it's what you're doing to heal, and it's what brings you to this rebirth. Remember that birth itself is messy and usually painful. Transformation, not a fun experience oftentimes. But you're going to get there. You're going to get there. Proceed, be seen, push through. Push through like birth, right? Keep going. You get in the squeeze. I just did a personal reading for someone. This is kind of aligning too. And really focus on having fun. Doing things that make you happy, that you can lose yourself in, that I keep getting that, like, you learned in childhood or things you enjoyed in childhood. And focus on those connections where you do feel like you belong, where you don't feel like you have to change to fit in. You can just be yourself and be appreciated and accepted and loved for that. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to finish with a rune card. Fehu. Yes. This is all the good. This is all the prosperity, the abundance, and like focusing on yourself, doing the things you need to do to not only feel really good but look really good too. Got the Champagne, the lobster, cute little dog. It makes me think of Wizard of Oz. And your little dog, too. All right. This rune card signifies wealth, material possessions, and success in business. Owning cattle was a sign of wealth in ancient times, and this inevitably focuses interpretation of the rune's meaning on matters concerning money, property, and new income sources, or perhaps the need for them. However, it can also indicate forms of wealth that money cannot buy, such as good health, love, and happiness, and serve as a reminder to be grateful. I gotta pause. Ding, ding, ding. Gotta pick a gratitude card real quick. Whenever this word comes up, I gotta stop. This is my rule. Walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet. Thich Nhat Hanh. Love that. Walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet. The earth, the earth is what makes this all possible. I feel like people often forget that. We would not be here without this planet and the food that we grow on this planet and the air that we breathe from the trees and the various plants on this planet. Anyway, um, reminder to be grateful for the things in our lives that we may be taking for granted. Yeah, see? The need for generosity, sharing your good fortune with your community, right? Or taking time out to help others is another facet of this rune. Additionally, Fehu may symbolize exciting new beginnings. Yep. This new beginning could be a new business venture, but it could also point to the need to define your life less by outward show and more by the things that are priceless. Yes, that is absolutely true. You don't need all the fancy clothes. You don't need all the things. You can just hang out in your birthday suit. This is beautiful. This really, it's a lot. It's a lot. But clearly you have it in you to do the work, to get through that birth canal. You're getting the squeeze. Maybe you've already made out the other side and you're just like, oh my God, like I just need to take a minute to rest because that was a lot. But everything is coming into alignment for you. Just keep looking in the mirror, keep being honest with yourself because that's what brings the freedom. Camera, you do it? Come on. Close enough. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and yeah, forever. um, and wherever you are in the world. And I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And thanks so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing. And leave a comment if you feel like it.